Okay, I was gonna say, do you have the chat?
I'm trying to, but like I said, my computer's ancient for some reason.
Well, we're
It's
in.
not running Facebook now.
We're in. We're in there right now.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all can go. Y'all can do it and everything.
All right.
Y'all can handle the chat.
All right.
Ah, fuck. Oh no, I did bring my water.
Oh man, you said the F word on stream.
Oh, I did.
Welcome everybody to Two Good Roundtable. 2020 was full of beep, even though trade is cost. My name is.
You can add that in post,
I didn't
right?
enunciate it. I apologize.
There you go. My name is Party Pete. I'm joined here by Sandro from that cringe we're doing. No, I'm just kidding. From that thing we're doing over here in the Two Good Content universe, and then I'm also joined by Trey Pew Pew, which is what twitch.tv/Trey Pew Pew. So
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
that is correct. So Sandro, what are we doing today?
So today, as part of our series of this year we're ending.
Oh, that's pretty
the three
good.
Of us today are going to discuss like 2020 in general. I would like to touch up on mostly figures today, but we could talk about anything else you want to bring up because like this year has led to a bunch of like, I guess you could say opportunity in a sense because like a lot of us stayed at home due to what's going on outside, and out of boredom, I don't know about you all, but out of boredom, I started buying more figures just because like I can't do anything much on my free time. So I don't know. Do you all feel the same sentiment or not really?
Well, let's kind of get into that. Like, why did we start buying figures this year of all years? Because figures have been around, since the 80s, the early 90s. That and then the figures that we love, and they've been on eBay since then. Like, they've always been accessible in one way or another. I guess I'll start off. For me, we bought a house this year in January, and I have an office, so I needed to fill that thing up with. Yeah, so
I get it.
Needed to fill that thing up with figures. And I think.
Nice curtain, though.
Oh yeah. I think what we needed to do was, at least for me, it was kind of like, okay, well, I have like a grand delusion that I'm gonna be like a YouTube person, or I'm gonna be like a Twitch person. I gotta have something in the background, so why not buy toys? And since I've there you go.
I got a Pearly Bead Boo.
Yeah,
and it glows in the dark. So
booyah!
Toys. I did it again.
But I started buying toys, and figures and stuff like that because it's kind of like one of those things where like, okay, I'm at a good point in my life where we can like, I can spend a little bit of money since I have the house and all that other junk. So I did, and I bought too many. So, and that was my problem for most of the years, that I bought too many fucking toys. Oop, I did it. Whatever. We're not going to be monetized anyway until we get more subscribers. So
it's not monetized. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
What about you, Trey?
Me, myself, I was living in Minnesota until April. And I am luckily back at my wonderful parents' house, so without rent, yeah, I had extra money to blow.
Man, you lucky son of a gun. Oh!
No.
Not rent.
No, dude, it sucks to a certain extent, but yeah, the extra cash is great. How much did I blow on actual action figures? That's y'all guys' department. I do spend way too much money when I see something I like and have to have, but I think I'm a little more can't think of the right word.
I guess you're more conservative when it comes to actually buying action figures, but when you actually see something that you really have to have, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop some serious money on that.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna get one of them, why not get the rest?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, right. There's certain rules. I'll get into that. There's certain rules. I don't need all of them, just a few of them. But,
yeah,
I'll
and then
explain.
You got 28 Marvel. What are those? The 5-inch ones?
Yeah, dude. Like, so those are like the 3-inch ones. Those Marvel Legends.
Yeah. See, you can't just buy Wolverine.
Yeah, you gotta buy like 20 of them or 30 of them.
Yeah, you need Cyclops, and then hey, I got the Jim Lee fucking Wolverine. I guess I need the Jim Lee Cyclops now.
It's another wall.
Oh
Oh
jeez.
God.
That's just one wall that
I'm slowly going up with the wall in my actual bedroom. I've got a few Marvel Legends up, some of those the Dragon Stars Dragon Ball figures, and uh, what? The two sets of turtles, bunch of other stuff from NECA. Yeah, I'm trying,
man,
but
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because like the other day we're on a group chat for full disclosure for people watching, but like the other day you brought up like, hey, my friend's selling all these Marvel Legends and everything, right? And like, I'll be honest with you, I think those figures are awesome. It's just that if I bought them, I would have no money. Like straight up, I would have no money. I don't even have the space for it right now. So maybe one day. But like, also those Dragon Ball figures that you just mentioned, also those are also great. I remember thinking like, man, I'm just gonna start buying these, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a fell toy line. I don't know why. I was just like, there's no way they're gonna like meet the man and like they're gonna goof up. It's gonna be like a fell toy line. And what series are they up at? Like 7 now, right?
yeah, I was actually surprised too. I saw when they did the first couple releases, and I was like, these are actually kind of cool. And then I saw the cell they put out, and I was like, wow, this looks almost as good as the SH Figure Art one. Like
Yeah.
it was really well painted and stuff. I didn't pick it up because if I knew if I picked it up, then why would I have to get the rest of the figures? Because I want to build the figure Shenron or whatever the hell it came with.
Yeah,
So
dude, that's the same for me. Like I can't commit to buying all those figures because I've already committed to like my stuff is like mostly wrestling related and now like NECA stuff. So it's just like I can't commit. Not at this time. I don't have the real estate. I mean, like, I'm lucky to have this room by myself that my wife graciously let me have. So
well,
I'm not gonna like
we're kind of like walking around the whole elephant in the room thing. The only reason we've been buying stuff like this or whatever is because we're in a pandemic and
Yeah.
we're not doing stuff that we usually do, like going out or any of that. So yeah, I mean, even if I did have rent and stuff, I'm pretty sure I'd still have a little extra cash to blow, and I'm pretty sure I'd still be buying at least maybe not as many figures at once, but
Maybe
you know,
maybe one or two every once in a while. That's
mhm,
100% true. We're not eating out at restaurants. We're not going to, theme parks. We're not going to the movies. We have some disposable income that we can use, and that just kind of opens the floodgates to possibilities of like, oh, I didn't get a figure from like 10 years ago. How much is it today? And then, there just happens to be the right time to just kind of get into it. The
mhm.
action figure market and the collecting market has boomed this year, I think.
Oh,
Um,
you're not wrong, man.
yeah.
I've got
it
stories
did
other
boom.
than just the action figure market to trading cards, and
Oh,
I
the
think
trading card market. Damn,
Retro
that's a story.
retro
yeah, and then
video games.
yeah, even then I saw like a boom in people collecting old video games.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow,
I mean,
people really are taking this pandemic horribly.
I think a lot of it is coping purchasing too. We're not able to, go out and interact with our friends and family and stuff like that. I mean, Discord and Zoom are great, but it doesn't replace actually being physically there with somebody else. So I think a lot of us are just kind of like, oh, it's like a coping purchase. I'm just gonna go spend money today because you get the
Because you got
endorphin.
nothing better. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
nothing better to do,
Mhm.
and I mean, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
walk into Walmart when I have the last what $100 of spending money, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna go buy something stupid.
And then just go buy something stupid. I mean, like, you're not gonna go out to drink at a bar or anything else like that. So it's like, I got some extra money. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, the free time has definitely given me leeway to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go check on like an old series of like figures that I haven't bought and just kind of go from there. And now it's to the point where it's like I have everything I want almost, but there's more coming out. And there's more coming out because the actual revenue and the toy makers and everybody else see that. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to capitalize on this like hardcore. So now they're releasing figures that are crazy and like that they've never even thought of making before.
Yep.
So they're just capitalizing on the pandemic and then going from there. And then
which sounds like a crappy thing to do,
Yeah,
but I mean it's big business. It's
yeah.
business. It's
I think
if I
it's
was selling food or whatever and there was a shortage of the food I was selling, I'm gonna make more of it so I can make more
right,
money.
right, exactly. I think it's an enriching experience for the consumer and the companies that make these things. Um, you're getting what you want when you couldn't get when you were a kid, and it's like 10 times better. But also, the companies are actually making money to stay afloat. I mean, I'm sure NECA has never stalled or staled um, on their bonuses or anything else like that for their employees. You know, based on their quarter, on their selling and stuff like that. But now I bet they're like, hey, everybody can buy a yacht this year, or a fucking Lamborghini or something. You know,
Hmm.
and
They're just gonna use it to buy more toys. Let's be real.
yeah, yeah, probably. I mean,
Yep.
That's what it is.
that's exactly what it is. Yep.
But
Oh,
I
for
was gonna
anybody
say,
joining us
like,
in the chat. Oh, sorry, Andy. For anybody joining in the chat or whatever, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Thank you.
always thank you.
King Bracken, Gabby.
Uh, really quick before we like get into it, like talking about like our favorite figures. I do want to bring up that fact that you said about inflation, how everything has like been going up and everything.
Hmm.
Just because like something really funny happened last night. As I shared in our group chat, I was watching Turbo Man. I mean not Turbo Man, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle All
Yeah.
the Way last night.
Yeah. Jingle all the way.
Be a
And then
sick
like
ass movie.
yeah, and like I was getting super anxiety like watching it because yeah, like I remember like going fig hunts and like just so much like anxiety, like, oh, is it there? Is it there? Is it there? It's just so nerve wracking. But anyways, I was watching the movie and like, I mean, I was also drinking, but I didn't take advantage of it. But I was just like,
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Turbo Man. And I remember like, about a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago, I remember watching the same movie and it was like $30 Turbo Man. I was like, whatever, like it's a piece of crap toy just from a
Oh
movie.
shit.
You go on
Yeah.
eBay
Wow,
today,
dude.
they're going
30.
over like $1,000 or
What?
$500.
Are you serious?
The actual
Serious.
Turbo Man toys?
Yes,
Aren't they like
for
they're
real.
like what? They're like 12-inch figures, right? Probably a
Yeah.
little bit smaller. Yeah.
No, I think they're about 12 inch.
Okay, hold on. Did they release like reissues of them, like for like a 20th anniversary or something? Is that what
I don't
happened?
think they did. No,
I don't remember anything like that.
Holy crap!
but
When
it's
did
the
Jingle All
real
the Way
deal,
come out?
man. And I was just like blown away. One of them sold for like $1,500, and I was just like, damn. Imagine buying it as a joke like a few years ago when there was just a plenty, and now they're just skyrocketing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay, but this is what everybody actually wants to know. How much is Booster going for?
Yeah.
I didn't even look because Booster sucks.
You know, hold on. No. Booster doesn't suck. Hold on. Let me check it
I
out.
know. I know. I'm already busting
Well,
out my
yeah, I'm busting it out right now. Let's see. Okay. What do you even look under? Is it Turbo Man Booster doll?
Jingle
I
All the Way
guess, I don't
Booster, maybe?
Booster. I'm on my eBay app right now. I'm on the Edward Bay. Yeah, holy look at this. Like, yeah, Jingle All the Way Talking Turbo Man pre-owned $239, $134, $405 from 1996.
They're all over the place.
That's crazy. What the hell?
And they were electronic, right?
Yeah. Like they had like the talking, like they had like the clips from the movie. They had like the voices from the movie and stuff like that. I'm not seeing Booster, but
Oh.
maybe
Probably buried in the desert somewhere in New Mexico or something.
yeah, right next to all the ETs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, right next to it.
Poor Booster, man. He never got the recognition he deserved.
All right. So before we also get into figures, cards have blown up this year. Trading cards, collectible card game cards, Pokemon cards in specific. We own a lot of Pokemon cards collectively. I think between the three of us. When do you think that's going to crash, or if it's going to? I know the cards are getting progressively older and older and older as time goes by. So those older cards from base set 1, where you see people like buy like sealed booster box for $75,000, you know, how is that going to translate moving forward? And do you think figures are also going to kind of like get to an eventual, kind of crash where the market's like, oh, everybody has everything that they need, nobody needs this anymore, so that the demand is going to lessen?
I'd say 20 years.
You think so? Really?
I think so, man. Because we're already getting to that point where, um, like we're getting older right now. There's not a lot of people that like still have that nostalgia. I mean, there is, but like think of it like a kid that's 2 year olds right now. 20 years, he's not gonna give a damn about Pokemon cards or any of the stuff we're talking about. It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be like Fortnite and whatnot. And then we'll be 20 years older, so
Whoa,
we're gonna be like,
whoa,
yeah,
hold
this is
on,
still
hold on,
cool,
hold
but like
on. Are you implying that 20 years from now, Fortnite will still be Fortnite?
yes, 100% Fortnite, Fortnite 2042.
No, no, no. No, I don't think
I hate
so.
to say that, but it's true.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree, Andy.
Why?
20 years ago, 30-year-olds were saying the same shit about us, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, like they. I mean, shit. Not even Nintendo thought Pokemon was gonna be around this long. Like they weren't ready for a third or fourth generation or anything like that. Now we're getting them pushed out like Madden
Yeah, every
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 year.
every 2 years.
That's
No,
every year
no,
now.
every year now.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's that
we get a
serious. It's not
Pokemon.
Call of Duty yet.
That's
Well,
not Call of
the other
Duty
thing
yet.
about
It's
two
not.
things, Trey. 2 words: global warming. That's right. We might have been here for 20 years. Be a desolate wasteland. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, so if we
That'll
don't
be our
have
currency.
yeah, so we don't have if we don't have okay, Pokemon is a crazy circumstance.
Yeah,
Of course, it's a card game based on a giant license, a license that's not going to go away anytime soon, no matter how many people hate the new stuff. Or because every time we have a generation that comes out and people complain about it, there's also kids getting old enough to play their Switch for the first time, or that's going to be their first Pokemon game. That's
right.
going to be their first introduction to the series, and that's going to be nostalgic to them. So I don't know. Pokemon's going to be around, whether in game form or they start making other crap. Yeah,
I think eventually
Until they
Pokemon,
make real Pokemon.
until they,
yeah.
until they crack the
That,
code in the animal genome and
that's
start
that's the end
splicing
game
them.
right there.
That is the end game. Um, I think eventually Pokemon will get stale because it kind of did for us, like as kids growing up with the original games and stuff like that. I mean, we're in our 30s and we still play Pokemon, so it's kind of like I don't think it's ever gonna like, at least for us, not get too stale. Um, but they did have like a decline in like the cards. They had a decline in the games, and then now it's shooting right back up because even the new cards that come out, like those Elite Path boxes that are like $40. I mean, they can resell the cards in there for hundreds of dollars. You know, um,
Yeah,
and then even sports cards and trading cards like that, like people are buying them up left and right because there's value in the cards. The card market is like booming again, where it really wasn't like back in the early. I guess back in the early '90s, it kind of was because of Michael Jordan and all these other really top athletes. They had cards, and now we're in this place where it's like, oh, those cards from back in the '90s are worth more than gold. Um,
They are.
yeah, and I mean literal gold. But like even the new stuff that comes out is worth money, and it's crazy to me that it's like there's a market for it, and as long as I think people like Logic are buying Charizard cards for $150,000, we're probably gonna have a market for a long time. I don't see that card ever reducing in value because as time goes by, of course, it is gonna be like a perfect card, and you can't change that at the end of the day. So I mean, but I think the license and the products that they do put out eventually will be like, oh, we'll probably be able to get like Elite Path boxes in maybe 2 or 3 years. Like you can actually go into a store and buy them without having to worry about, some sweaty fat dude like me trying to buy 10 of them at once. You know,
Don't be that guy. Don't be a scalper. Don't scalp guys.
or do scalp, but give me the homie price.
I mean, okay. I have. I see a lot of people have issues with scalpers and stuff like that. I get it. They're trying to make a buck an easy way. I might have wanted to do it, but I kind of fell in love with the toys I wanted to scalp, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Same.
Because like honestly, these guys were not gonna be on my wall for as long as they have been.
I hear you. Yeah, and even when you bought them, you were like, well, these hold value. Like, if I want to sell
Yeah.
them later, I was like, absolutely, yeah. You're gonna like, no matter what you do with them, they're gonna like, you'll get your money back in double. Like, if you want to wait, even. Um, it's just kind of the way it goes with collectibles. I mean, the scalping, it really isn't scalping at one point because the value increases as time goes by. Anyway. So if I bought something for $100 today and it's $400 in 2 years, I mean, that's not me saying that it's $400. That's the market. They don't have it anymore. They won't make it again.
And Pokemon compared to other card games and stuff like that, it does have its own special circumstances. Those old cards was a completely different company that made them. Those ones that were going for like hundreds, even for like common reverse foils kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Going for $100, it was a different company that made them. Now you got the Pokemon company doing it, and yeah, I mean up until Logic bought that Charizard card, the market was pretty stable.
Yeah.
And no blame on that guy. If I had the kind of fu money that he does or whatever, yeah, I'd totally buy $170,000 Charizard card or however much he spent.
Yeah.
And yeah, he posted it on social media, and the only reason we have so many scalpers and stuff going on right now with the Pokemon card game is because of how many articles were written about it.
Right. Yeah.
How it was spread as news. The guy just wanted to get something that he thought was cool.
Which, I think we're circling back around again to that. It's wish fulfillment. We're in a pandemic. I'm going to go get some crazy crap. I'm going to spend some money. Logic did. And now we're here. Like, that's kind of how.
So I'm not a Logic fan, but if any Pokemon fans are blaming him for the whole crazy price hike on some of the cards that you wanted to get, it's not his fault, man.
Yeah.
Blame Jeremy Prodower because he's also doing it.
Yeah, that guy does it. Yeah, that guy.
One of the Paul brothers was doing openings too on his YouTube channel.
But they suck.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. Like, that's how big that got. That, like, it got to that point where people who have no interest in the game were trying to make money off of it.
And they do, because they capitalize off of what the craze is right now. And the collecting craze is like super, super, super up there right now. But
unfortunately for us who've been collecting cards for too many years.
Yeah. All right. So, should we get into our toys or what?
That's a good show. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, you go first, Sandra. I'll let you go.
So we're just talking about like our favorite figures of the year, or like?
Yeah. I guess so. Like 2020 brought a lot of licensings back, and that's kind of what I'm gonna go into. But whatever you thought, was your favorite or whatever. You can, just...
Okay. Well, I mean, like, I'll talk about like 3 things. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna talk about NECA at some point, right? All 3 of us.
Absolutely.
They might be the company that got me back into fear collecting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I'll save that one for last. But one thing that I was very surprised this year because whenever I do go to like a store or like like a Target or a Walmart, it's usually in the morning. Just like so I go avoid people basically. So I just go in there really quick, in and out. But I always gotta scope out like the figure section, especially at Target. And I was very surprised. Have you all seen those like Bandai Gundams? Those like 6-inch?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was actually really impressed with them. They're nice.
I know, and it's like I don't have the time or patience to make like a Gunpla, so I'm just like, well, this is it. It's all great. And I thought they stopped because I haven't seen any like in a while. Like it's been like they didn't like make very many for like a while. But then like one day I was at Target and I found this guy. And I had to have it.
Oh snap!
So
I didn't even know they made that.
Yeah, Endless Waltz Wing Zero. I have the other Wing Zero that they made, but they made an Endless Waltz thing, man. It's just like, take a look at that.
Oh, that's sick.
Wings and everything.
That's a hardcore nostalgia bomb for me.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, dude. So like, I found it and I was just like, I gotta buy it like instantly. I didn't even have the money. I was just like, I just gotta have it like right now. So like. But I was very surprised at like just the quality and everything. It has like a little thing where you could attach at the crotch where you can display it on like professional gunplay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty
So
dope.
like I just
And
want
there,
to mention this because like a lot of people haven't seen this. Like they haven't.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, I saw the
I
other
But
ones, but I didn't see that one.
but yeah, like so like it's out there. So like I also bought it in hopes of like they continue the line because so far they made like I said they made the first Wing Zero. Like I said, this is Endless Waltz Wing Zero.
Yeah.
But they made Wing Zero, Death Sight. I'm looking at them right now, and RX-78 Gundam, the first Gundam.
man, I thought you were gonna say heavy arms.
No, there's no heavy arms yet. But that's why I'm buying the figures just so I can support the line in hopes that we can get the 5 from Gundam
They're
Wing.
gonna be like, make heavy arms, make heavy arms, make heavy arms.
Yeah, dude, and if they could do the endless waltz versions too, oof. Toggies?
Yeah. Epion?
Or Epion.
Yeah.
Epion, dude. Ah,
Yeah, but
man.
I don't know. I just want to mention that because I saw that, and yeah, like you said, Trey, super nostalgia bomb. When I saw that, like in the toy aisle, I was just like blown away. I was like, holy crap, I have to get this.
Do you guys remember when Walmart was selling the model kits for a little while?
I do remember that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was what, 12 years old, and I bought a Wing Zero model.
Yeah.
The endless waltz version.
They also
Of course,
had.
my brother was 3 at the time or whatever, so he decided to chew on it a little.
I hear you that. Yeah. Yeah, they had the little boxes for like $10, and then they had the larger ones. Well,
There we go. They did make a tog. They did make a Toggies.
oh snap!
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, King Brachion.
There you go.
Holy crap.
I know, dude.
Gotta go
Gotta
get.
go find it now.
Yeah, gotta go. You gotta get
Disappear off
Toggies.
screen.
like check. Like, oh, let me check Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, there it is. Yep, we're gonna order 2 of them. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
I
That's my
guess
first thing.
that's your first
Who
thing.
else wants to go right now?
I guess I'll go. I spent way too much money and time trying to get these Spider-Man retros from Marvel. These are Marvel Legends, Hasbro. These figures in particular, like I'm not big on Legends at all, but I love the card backs on these, and I love that it is the retro figures from like the cartoon, the animated cartoon. Everything just screams like 1990s to me on these things, and I love it.
Dude, that just reminded me of walking into a KB Toys.
Yeah, for real. And I mean, we got like the sculpts on them are really good. We got Gwen Stacy over here finally, and then we also have Mary Jane from the cartoon. You know, we got Green Goblin over here. They have multiple heads. Like they remade them. They remade the toys, and I mean, they just made them like 100 times better. And you know, I got really itchy like seeing them on the shelves. Even when they got announced, I was like, I might get those. I might get them. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get them. Like I had to have them. There's just no way I was gonna pass those up. Marvel Hasbro with the license has been really killing it this year. Of course, they've had like ton of different figures from ton of different series that we didn't even think we were gonna get. Or, you know, if you collect Legends, you're like, nah, you know, they're never gonna make that because that, you know, they're really obscure or whatever. But lo and behold, 2020, and they're making a MODOK figure, and they have like a 4 foot, you know, Sentinel. It's not 4 foot, but it might as well be because it's a huge thing, and you know.
What was that real ugly ass Build-A-Figure that they put out?
Oh, Sugar Man.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, like what?
Real like
What's that?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like who the hell is Sugar Man? Yeah, I mean,
Who Stiltman is though? When I saw that they made him a Build-A-Figure, I popped too. I was just like, hell yeah, Stiltman.
I didn't even know. I was like, who the hell is Stiltman? Like when I saw that, and then you know we've got the Venom wave out right now, so you can like build the Venom pool from Contest Exchange, which is a phone game. It's a phone game. That's a character from a phone game. Like
Venom Pool is?
yeah, Venom pool. So I mean, there's you know the license is going crazy right now. They're printing money at Hasbro on those figures. I mean, they sell out constantly. They get scalped constantly because the market is there. You know, people want these figures and they want to, you know, pay premium for them. So there you go. Well, that was my first thing anyway. So
Well, you guys already know what I'm going to say. I already popped them up like I don't know how many times. I was never a huge Ninja Turtles fan when I was little. Like, I mean, I was as much a fan as any like 8-year old could be, I guess. But the movies, they've always pretty much like held a special place in my heart because that's all I remember. I just remember Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, and Home Alone. Yeah, those were like the first three movies. So, what got me back into figure collecting is I popped into Walmart. I saw their little NECA section, and I saw Ash Williams from Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is way too cool for me to pass up. So, picked them up, started talking to y'all more about stuff, and then you guys told me that these damn things existed, and I had to have them.
Yeah.
So,
So those are from the actual movie, the movie. And I guess they're like a mixture of like the first movie and Secret of the Ooze, right? Like they have like different like things from both movies. I mean those.
I think so. I think they're just doing a movie line in general
Yeah.
because, as we know, whatever the con exclusive was from a movie that nobody watched, and
Oh. Oh, are you talking about you talking about this thing right here?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, uh,
Yeah, music mutagen. That is the craziest. I mean, I was actually gonna put that as like my number one thing that's like crazy, crazy. What the fuck? But
yeah.
yeah, we can talk about NECA for just a few minutes, specifically for TMNT, because the '80s are back. We got TMNT with these licenses with NECA and Super 7, and they've pretty much gone like and done every single figure that wish fulfillment wise, fans of everybody could actually get into. They have a movie line, they have the video game turtle line, and they have the cartoon line. They have the cartoon line also. Yeah. And then also, I mean, as I kind of held up, if you don't know what this is from, Musical Mutagen, or if you've never really seen it, look up Coming Out of Their Shells Tour 1990 TMNT on YouTube. And it's just some crazy ass shit. But yeah, the line is crazy. I mean, honestly, we've had every single figure this year, and then even moving forward, they have more figures announced for next year that are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger.
I have a super shredder in my room.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I never would have thought I would ever say that in my life.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on that.
You're still waiting on yeah, you don't have it yet.
I'm actually getting a second one in, so.
Yeah, and then.
Well, yeah, since we're talking about NECA, I should address the big release they released, which is Toka and Razor, which is like ridiculous. Look at that quality, man.
Those are so beautiful.
Yeah, that's sick.
I know I haven't opened them yet because like I do plan on having like a movie shelf. Because yeah, Troy, you just mentioned this. By the way, that's like my number 2 thing. For full disclosure, but you did bring up like Evil Dead, like Ash from NECA. NECA has such a good variety of figures of like horror movies and just movies in general. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build like a movie shelf, basically.
Yeah,
And,
that's honestly like trying to stick to those two, like movie figures. Like that's the first place I go to when I go to Walmart, just to go check the NECA section. I want an Ultimate Ghostface. I'm not even a Scream fan, but that figure looks amazing.
Yeah, so like I hope to get like, I mean I have these two right now, but then like my Super Shredder when it comes in, and then I'm gonna start getting like, I don't know if I should just do like, just make it like strictly a movie villains or movies in general. But right now I'm just gonna do like movie villains and figures. Yeah, I mean like,
yeah,
I could get the T1000. It would fit in my
Yeah.
shelf perfectly.
Yeah, I need a Predator figure. I need a T800. There's so many figures that I want. I ended up buying the convention exclusive Big Chap Alien.
Yeah, the glow in the dark one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's sick.
That's hanging on my wall too. Yeah, I just like that NECA has such a wide variety of licenses that we can just pick and choose from each one the things that we actually want.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Pete, like this whole year has been nothing but wish fulfillment.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
I mean you can call it like new world capitalism or whatever you want to call it, but I mean it is what it is. There's all these kind of crazy figures coming out, and we never thought we would have these things, and now we do. Kind of like, okay, so I'll get in these real quick. Oh, we lost Andy. All right. Well, he can come back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'll keep it going a little bit right over here. G.I. Joe's from Hasbro.
I went to go get that tall geese.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to call and it's like super loud. Let me see right here.
All right.
Let me see here. Ooh, I was gonna be like, just join the thing. There you go. Oh, and now we're on another video call. You got to get on the other video call. You got to go back to.
Yeah, hold up.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna join it. I got it. Oh, I'm back over here. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right, there we go. See, yeah,
Sorry for the
interruption. Yeah, there you go. Let me see here. I'm just trying to bring back my camera real quick. But anyway, yeah, G.I. Joe's came back, and I managed to get plenty of them. And that was kind of like, oh, there we go. I'm back now. So I got freaking like all the Cobra guys that they put out, and then I got all like the Joes that they put out so far. Those are my number 2s. I mean, these are sick. I mean, they're 6-inch. They're super detailed, super articulated, and they come with like a ton of weapons, and you can fit every single weapon on these things, which is crazy too. The line is just really, really, really healthy, and that's not even the only thing from the 80s that came back. You know, we've got He-Man toys now. Yeah, I know, dude. And Trey's shaking his head. He's like, nah, because he thinks they're ugly, but I mean,
they're ugly as hell, man. Like I get the. I
have never heard anyone say that He-Man figures are ugly.
Dude, I get the nostalgia, but like, I don't know.
I mean,
why are their shoulders so big?
Dude, that was like the thing, man. Because like in the 80s, like girls had Barbies and like boys had like big hulky men, like fighting. Like that's why they're so buff and ripped, man.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Watch the Toys That Made Us on Netflix. They talk about He-Man.
That's right. I watched. I forgot what episode I watched. I think it was a Ninja Turtles episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
Yeah.
But what's a He-Man one? Because it's actually pretty funny. They tried to make some guy named Seaman. It didn't fly with them for some reason. But it's a funny story. Check it out.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, we've got all those licenses coming back, and then Transformers have always been a thing, but then they went ahead and redid Transformers, like War for Cybertron on Netflix, and then they made like toys of those, and they put out like Generation 1 toys that are like $20 at Walmart. So I mean, and then of course with Turtles, it's like, damn, you got literally everything on there already.
I am actually Transformers was always a little overwhelming for me. I think the only thing I watched was Beast Wars when I was younger. So. And
now they have new Beast Wars toys.
I saw those, and those I got a little nostalgia for. I saw a Rat Trap. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I hate that guy.
But like you see, like the Megatron that they're gonna put out, and like the paint and everything else. I mean, it looks like the cartoon, and it's
really,
I mean, yeah, it's sick. I mean,
I love. Well, that was one of the things I liked so much about the video game figures that NECA was putting out.
Yeah.
Like, did they do one for the Predator video game? I think the one that was like beat 'em up.
They've done a ton of them. Yeah, they do those. They've done like the retro ones where it's like, they've done like a retro Batman from like Batman '89 on the NES.
Oh, dude, I love that game.
Yeah.
It's the best soundtrack ever.
And then they have Contra, and then they do have like Dutch and what's her name from the beat 'em up. The chick.
Yeah. That game was amazing.
Yeah, that shit is sick. But anyway, Andy, I'm sorry you're probably ready to go with your next pick. So go ahead.
I mean, like the only thing I'm gonna just mention, like as you're both aware, like I'm really heavy into wrestling figures. And Cortez couldn't make it on the stream today. Maybe one day we'll do it again with him.
R.I.P. Cortez.
He's not dead. But anyway, probably has a headache. But
yeah, there you go. He's got a headache.
Yeah. So like, I love wrestling figures. Like, I know Mattel kills it every year. Like, I'm just gonna touch on briefly. This is probably my favorite Mattel figure, which is Ultimate Warrior. They made a figure of him like immortalizing the day before he died. give
Yeah, that one's sick.
a speech about like like just like loving the fans and everything and to do what you want in life. They made a figure out of it. I mean, like, I love this figure. I am gonna open it. I'm kind of just waiting to get more figures to like just do a mass unboxing. But yeah, that's probably my favorite figure. But I want to just bring up the new the new figures in town, the new company in town, AEW.
Yeah.
This past year, they killed it. Trey, you probably don't know what this is. So let me explain. So AEW is a new wrestling promotion made by Cody Rhodes and his friends. Cody Rhodes is like the son of a legendary wrestler named Dusty Rhodes.
I know who
And,
Dusty Rhodes is.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Just trying to do a deep dive, like really quick. Too long, didn't read. Start a new company. They got new figures made by Jazzwares. Jerry Padawer just gets it. He owns Jazzwares. He's also really into Pokemon. He's buying a bunch of like Pokemon cards also. But this year, Jazzwares has brought us like new Halo figures, which are like insanely detailed, as well as like okay Apex Legends figures.
Okay, Ian.
Jazzwares. Did they
Yeah.
Did they have a Nintendo license too?
I think so.
They might actually.
It's like
I feel like I've heard
Jazzwares and Jax Pacific. Like
Oh,
they're both
okay. Jax.
one and the same
Jax.
company.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Jack Pacific is the one that I know for sure. I just feel like I heard read Jazzware somewhere.
But yeah, like they have AEW figures that came out this year, and like they are impossible to find in stores. I think they dropped in like September or August, like just 6 figures for the first wave, and like I'm like on a Facebook group that collects wrestling figures, the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Check it out. But anyway, they everyone's trying to help each other find these figures, and you just can't. You can't find them. Like they're selling out like crazy and everything, and so like I think that's good because it means we're gonna get more figures because there's demand for it. But it's just like again going back to scalpers, like there's scalpers everywhere trying to get them, like charging triple the price. They also release like chase figures, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 500.
Which
ridiculous.
Which both go for over $1,000 or close to. If you find one, and they actually got released 2 stores. So like if you see one, it's like a $20 investment, and then your accreditation value is like 1,000% over because it's like $1,000 figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just before probably coming on this stream, there was a guy selling his Cody as 1 in 500 for $750 because he just needs the money right now.
And somebody will buy it because it's like, it's that rare where it's like, there's only 500 available in the entire world, so somebody's gonna go and buy it,
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I ordered through Ringside, so I was actually able to get all these figures before like they all like are impossible to find. But yeah, like basically my favorite figures from this year are the AEW figures, just because it's a brand new line. It's they're really articulated, really insane detail. And one figure I want to highlight is currently on sale right now on ringsidecollectibles.com, and that is an exclusive called the Blood Brothers.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so basically it's like a wrestling match. That's Cody and his brother Dustin. They had a fight at a pay-per-view last year where they just like beat the hell out of each other, just got covered in blood and everything, and that's what this figure like immortalizes. It's a ringside exclusive, like I said. But yeah, these figures are just badass packaging. Like you're not gonna see a figure like this in stores,
Yeah, I mean, like
there's so much blood and everything.
Yeah, Walmart wouldn't have. They have like the serial killers and everything else from like the movies and stuff like that. But even those from NECA are like tamed down where there's not blood visible, and those are just covered in it.
Yeah, so. I'm pretty sure that what do they do? They have a whole complete different section, not in the toy section.
Yeah, not in the toy section. Yeah, for those figures, it's meant for adult collectors. But I mean, even something like that right there, which the regular figures are in the toy section, you wouldn't be able to put it next to them in stores.
Yeah, but yeah, I love these figures. They're really great, articulated. You could do like insane, like they're really great for wrestling photography. He's been trying to convince me to buy this scale ring of AEW
You
for
gotta have it.
$100.
You gotta have it. It's $100. It comes with the
I'm
figure.
trying not to get it. I don't have the space for it. I literally don't have the space for it. But I want that Kenny Omega figure that comes with it. So I don't know. But like, yeah, those are my favorite figures of this year. Just supporting the line because like they're gonna make more waves. They've already announced more waves. Wave 2 is supposed to hit stores actually next week in some WalMarts.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so like after like 4 months, we're getting a wave 2. The only reason it took so long is because they changed factories. So that's why there's so much distribution problems,
Yeah.
just like in general, which is for most figures, bunch of distribution problems. But yeah, those are my favorite figures of the year. Congrats, Jazzwares, Darren Fedauer, AEW.
Congrats us for spending money on useless plastic, and I mean, I hear it a lot.
If it
like,
brings us joy, it's not useless. Let me put it that way.
well, I hear that. Like, I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like, we're we're responsible adults still. I mean, we still got to pay our bills and everything else like everybody else does, and we've got these extra things that we have, and I think one of the big things, it's like it's kind of an addiction, when you get into it. It's like, oh man, I gotta have like the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one, and then
See, that's what I'm trying to avoid. That when I got into Marvel Legends, what, like 6 years ago?
yeah,
No.
yeah, you just get too itchy, and then you want to like get every single one of them.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I might buy a toy for $20, and that's cool with me, And
Yeah, I don't mind spending $20 on like a nice figure that comes with multiple head sculpts, stuff like that.
yeah,
I don't feel bad about it.
and there's plenty now because the market's there, and manufacturers and everybody else are realizing that, so it's good. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've spent a little bit more money this year than I should have, and like even like on this guy right here, there's a Revoltech figure from like 15 years ago. I spent $70, and he's not even as big as the other toys I've got. So, but I mean, it kind of led into some other things, some other purchases, and then I ended up getting this thing right here. And this thing, so that's Rao from Revoltech Hokuto no Ken, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I remember you showing me that.
Yeah, with the horse. Okay, so yeah, the crazy thing about these things right here, this is like a $200 set right here, but I got it for $30 on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel bad about that.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, so I mean, like, when you say that like there is an addiction, I was literally checking that. I mean, when I said that, the reason I did was because I was checking that thing like a madman, like every single day, like trying to find one for like super cheap, and then it just so happened that we saw. Or that I saw like an auction for that thing and like 3 other figures for $100, and I was like, yeah, I'll make a bid. So I made a bid at the last minute, like with like 30 seconds to spare, and I won for $100. So it's like, well, shit, I got it. Like, I don't have to worry about trying to find these for less than $200 or even less than $150 because I got everything for $100. So
eBay's scary, dangerous, man. I try to avoid it.
Yeah, same. It's only if I really, 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 really am looking for something. But I guess looking forward, what are you guys eyeing as your next purchases?
A Shredder and Splinter double pack, like no doubt. He comes with a cloth cape, dude.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like it's a very good looking figure, and I mean I've got Super Shredder. Why not get
Yeah.
regular Mad Shredder?
And I think they're gonna make April too.
Yeah, I read something about
Yeah,
April
they are.
coming out.
They mentioned that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna put her in a double pack, but I might be getting them confused. It might be April and Splinter, and then Shredder by himself, or Shredder and Splinter and April by themselves.
Damn.
But either way, those 3 are coming out. They even got the original actress to do the announcement for her figure, which I thought was awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think for me, besides like the Super Shredder that I'm still waiting on, I guess I will start buying like my assembling figures for my movie shelf, like I just mentioned right now. One thing I don't know which one to get. At my Target, there's like 8 types of Godzilla figures. and
Yeah.
I don't know which one to get because like they all have like badass features on each of them.
Right.
So like, I definitely want to get like a Godzilla figure like for my movie shelf. I just don't know which one, especially because like I think NECA's not going to make them no more. Like sometime next year.
Yeah, they lost the license this year, so whatever they have out in stores or whatever they, I don't know when the manufacturing stops on them, but that's it. Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
I could be wrong, but does that include the King Kong license?
I don't think so. I think King Kong's a
I
different
think it's like a
licensor.
fresh license.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
That
That's
King Kong figure they released also like that from like
It's
the King Kong figure was also badass.
yeah,
yeah.
I
it's
never
nice.
got it.
There's a few sitting here at in the Walmart that I keep on looking at. And I was never a big kaiju fan, but I don't know. They're kind of iconic, you know.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
kind of wild.
And
Yeah, like a movie shelf is sounding really cool right now, Andy. Like
yeah, I got a.
I might do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty itchy for those Gundams and starting a movie shelf too, because like I got the T800 up here. I do want the
I think
T1000.
you have a few of them that you could start. I mean, like I don't know where I got the idea from. Actually, I did know where I get the idea from one of my favorite wrestlers' Instagram, Otis. He has
Oh
there's like
my
a bunch
god.
of horror collection, and he has like horror figures. I was like, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. So I just kind of took that idea. So
No, it's a damn good
I-
idea, and you just lit a fire under my ass now. So now I
But
now I want it.
when did they make the Black Phillip figure from the Witch? That's what I want to know.
they're not.
All right,
They're not.
we gotta have the goat.
I would rather have a William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson from the Lighthouse figure, like in black and white. I would rather have that.
That's actually pretty sick.
What? Wait, how are you gonna like the lighthouse and not like the witch?
Good question. It's probably because William Dafoe is just amazing in that movie. That's why. It's the same director, I know. It's the same director and everything, but I just like the Lighthouse a lot better. Well, actually, that's a good question. I actually do want to ask you all. What's looking into the future, looking into like a year from now, what figure do you want or anticipate that would make you like, holy crap, I gotta have this figure? For me personally, think about this. Like NECA has like all these horror figures and everything. You know what they don't have? The Thing. If they made a Thing NECA figure, that would just be amazing. And so that's like my wish list for this year and beyond.
So
I,
you're fine with anything figure? Like, do you want it to be the dog monster? Do you want it to be the giant?
yeah, that was gonna be my
thing-
question.
Yeah.
my thing about the Thing, like in my sick head, I want like the big like glob of it, but I also want like an ultimate figure, like an ultimate pack. Like could have like maybe three things, like that dog, the Thing, and like one of them when he's turning into the Thing. And then, of
Or
course, the head.
the little spider head. Yeah.
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 I would want like
I want the.
I'd pay
spider
so
head.
much money for like all of them, basically.
I-
That's what I want.
The line could work if you had like an ultimate thing where he's like the big old blob, but then you could also have like, you can have McCready, and then McCready comes with like the little head thing and a flamethrower, and then Childs comes with maybe the dog, and then the dog has like a removable head. I mean, there's so much you could do with that license that it would be really dope. And yeah, that I didn't even think about having Thing figures, but that would be sick.
Mhm.
I'd be
Because
real
like
into
I
that.
have looked at it, like I have looked them up because like I said, I want to build this like, movie shelf, and I did look it up to see if there's a thing. There is. It's a Todd McFarlane one from Movie Maniacs. That sucks. I mean, it looks like crap, but by today's standards. But
Yeah,
like,
it looks more like a
back then, it
statue.
looks like amazing.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's more of a statue. It doesn't really have
Yeah.
like any articulation, and I think like and McFarlane's gotten a lot better because they have like the DC line this year, and they have Spawn back, and everything looks it's not tits up anymore for them. It's really good.
Oh yeah, that DC line is really nice. I was
Yeah.
looking at some of the Batman. What was it? Dark Knight Metal? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
and it's
Yeah,
Dark
I
Knight
saw
Metal.
that in my
Yeah,
store also, and I was just
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
And I was like, man, these are really nice.
yeah.
They're like, I think they're kind of higher quality than Marvel Legends.
Absolutely. And one of the funny things about it is like those McFarlanes, they're right up their alley as far as like the detail and like the subject matter and all the other stuff on there. So I mean, they're sick. I mean, you even got me itchy for like the Grim Knight, and then like he comes with like a motorcycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you have to buy the motorcycle separately, but it's a bone motorcycle with like a big old bat head on the front, and then he himself is badass. I mean, they just look fucking cool. Like I kind of want them, and then I'm kind of like, well, I don't got the space for them. But then it's like, I can make some room. You know,
I've
it's
never bought a Batman figure in my life.
Wow.
And
Really?
Yeah.
and I think I might. I mean, I'm not gonna include like the McDonald's figures, you know. I had no choice.
I
But yeah, I don't think I've ever bought an actual Batman figure. I was very, DC sucks, Marvel's better back when I was
Oh,
younger.
you're one of those guys, man. Damn.
I was, I
Yikes.
was. I
um
enjoyed some of their crossover events. Some. Plus Kingdom Come is amazing. I will reread
Kingdom is
that.
amazing.
yeah,
I will reread that for the rest of my life. Um, I was trying to think of a figure set that came out this year. Like I said, I don't buy as much as you guys, but I do have a second favorite one, and it might kind of count. But that Lego Mario set,
oh
I've been I've been searching for the starter set for like at least, well, since release.
yeah, that thing is sick.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
that's
cool.
pretty cool. Lego has killed it this year again. They
Mhm.
always kill it.
I
Oh, that reminds me, they made that the big ass Ecto one.
Yeah, they did.
I
Yeah,
have the
Mhm.
first release from a few years ago or whatever, and I saw that some dude was holding one, or it was Finn Wolfhard.
yeah, he
The
had. Yeah, there's like one that's like substantially bigger. Yeah,
yeah, it's like 3,000 pieces or close to something like that.
but yeah, those are like the collector premium ones.
Hmm.
Um, I don't, man, I can't. I'm drawing a blank as to what I would want like new license wise for figures because the thing is really good, and that was a really good pick. Like
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was
I've been thinking about it for a long time.
that,
I have. I was just like, why isn't it a thing, man?
that's like a real what the fuck pick right there. Damn, I really hope. Okay, yeah, I got one now. I really hope they kind of get into the Blomkamp movies and
Ooh, that'd be pretty good.
yeah, like, if we get some District 9 figures, if we get some Elysium figures, if we got some Chappie figures,
Happy.
yeah.
Oh, man.
I
That'd
think
be
that
so sick.
I think those would be really cool. I mean, like you watch the movies and you're like, man, this like I mean, like they just have like they have cool shit. Like the guns are cool, the figures the guys look cool. I mean, they would translate into figures really well, I think. And I mean,
I can't say anything for Chappie.
Oh, come on, man.
I
That's such a
haven't
great
seen it.
movie.
I haven't seen it. I don't like Diane
yeah,
Diane.
Danvert. Yep.
They're
Uh,
incredible. Oh, dude, that'd be sick if they made figures of them. Oh man, that'd be so good.
See, well,
That'd be so bad.
they would have to. They would have to because they're part of the movie.
yeah,
So, but
but District 9 stuff, yeah.
yeah, I'd love to have the District 9. You'd have the aliens, and then you'd have. Well, Charlton Copley would have like a million figures if he had to make those in the first place. But I mean, okay, look, this is gonna sound stupid, but it's cool because it's awesome. You get Matt Damon with the mechanical suit from Elysium, and then you get Charlton Copley with the mechanical suit with the light up, like if they put like lights in them, like flashlights. Totally sick. I mean, I would buy those.
Yeah.
They could be like $100, and like, have every single accessory from those movies. I would buy them. Like that's sick. I mean, that's to me like those would be really cool. I'd be super into that.
I want more video game licenses and figures. I wish FromSoft would do more with their Dark Souls and Bloodborne lines.
Hell yeah.
And now Demon Souls.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that's a lot of detail on those.
yeah, those would be gorgeous to look at, man. I've seen a couple I think there's some Bloodborne statues, and there's a couple of like Dark Souls like little figures and stuff, but nothing articulated.
Yeah. I think
That's what I want.
the closest to get is like the hunter from Bloodborne from Figma, and
Yes,
then that's it.
right.
Yeah,
And I was like, I saw the announcement for it, and I was excited for it, and then all of a sudden I missed the release, and they were like $300 on Amazon and eBay. So.
yeah, and they're super expensive now, even then. Hopefully, because like I know Figma's putting back out Silent Hill this year, or they have
What?
they have the nurse, and then they have
What?
Pyramid Head. Yeah, You can pre-order them now. So they're coming back out. Well, they have the pre-orders out, and then they'll probably sell out by the end of next year. But they're not due until next summer anyway. You know.
Jesse just said something that caught my eye. Storm Collectibles is gonna do Darkstalkers.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah,
Holy
I
crap.
I did see that. And Storm Collectibles is another one like where I didn't want to like go down the rabbit hole because I had Ryu from Street Fighter 5, and then they started like making like everybody else, and I'm like, fuck, man, these things are like $80 a piece.
Yeah.
Like you're spending serious cash on those.
I remember you showed me that figure at that store you showed me in San Antonio where it's like they had Terry Bogard
Yeah.
from KOF.
And then they had Kazuya Mishima from Tekken, and then they had Ryu, and then they had Terry, and I think they had. Well, I know they have Iori and Kyo too, so it's like they have all like the fighting game like characters, like as premium figures.
Maybe in the future I'll do that, but I can't get into it because also there's this comic shop I go to, Austin ABC Comics. Whenever I go by there, and there's like a little like art / figure store to the left side of it, and every time I walk in there I see Violent Ken right there just like chilling on the shelf, like $90, and I'm just like I just walk away.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world. That you see a figure and you're praying that it's not that it's not selling for more than $50.
Yeah. And I'm hoping like if like some weird magic happens and then somebody from NECA or somebody picks up like what we're saying about the Thing, and I don't want those figures
Elysium,
or Elysium or Chappie or Bloodborne or Dark Souls, and they're just like, oh, you know what, these fucking nerds will pay whatever we want, let's put them out for $100 each.
And they wouldn't be wrong.
They wouldn't be wrong because I mean, I'd be willing to pay some good money for those.
Yeah.
But
I want my Bloodborne hunters and beasts. Oh man, just a generic those werewolf beasts or whatever from the very beginning of the game.
Those would be sick. And then I mean, you have all the boss enemies too that could be like super expensive also. But like, I don't know how that line would work. It's. I mean, you'd have to have them to scale, of course, and they didn't even do Titanfall figures that way. They were like, oh yeah, we'll release all the pilots, but we'll never release like a Titanfall figure because it would be
that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd just be too much money.
Yeah, I know you're saying these things, and I'm like, that's kind of a dumb idea now.
Well, not dumb, but like,
unrealistic.
Feasibility wise, yeah, it's a little too pricey, but yeah.
It would have to be like a Kickstarter or like what they did with that Sentinel you mentioned earlier, where it's just like everyone had to like pay this certain amount to get like a goal. They reached that goal, they had more stuff. Kind of like we talk about Star Wars figures. They did that recently with the Razor Crest.
Yeah, they did that with the Razor Crest and the Mandalorian. I think if manufacturers want to be smart moving forward, they'll do something like that for like every single line that they do, because the only way for you to really tell whether or not there's going to be oomph behind a product and then have it be safe for your company is like you have to make it like a premium purchase like that. You have to be like, hey, we're going to crowdfund these, and if they sell if we make our our goal or whatever, that's great. We'll produce, but getting some of the like crazier figures like that is going to be hard without doing something along those lines. So hopefully they get the hint.
It's a good idea too to be able to do crowdfunding stuff. I mean, it shows the demand for the figures and probably would even show them that they could do more with the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if NECA kind of did that, they would like address some of their they would really address some of their distribution. I know that they have exclusive deals with like gaming shops and Walmart and Target that they have to fulfill these contracts. They have to distribute these figures. But I mean, finding some of them in stores is like just unrealistic. People are there camping out at like 5 and 6 in the morning trying to get these things so they can scalp, or oh, I'm gonna buy like all of them and I'm gonna sell them to my friends. So
just like the PS4, PS5s, and the Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just an increase of and I get it. It's profit. There's some profitability in collecting, and if you can do it, I mean, people have done it with shoes, and now we're getting into Pokemon cards, and now we're getting into action figures. So it's like, you know, it's just gonna be
I
the
mean,
way it is.
speaking of segues or whatever, we're getting to the PS5, Xbox. I guess it was more PS5 issues than Xbox itself. But they did have distribution issues at the beginning too, right? It's not as bad as Sony's.
I think so, and I think the reason being is that we are again in a pandemic, and I don't think any of these companies have kind of braced for that, and now we're in a spot where if you see one on the shelf, you probably won't see it by the end of the day, or you probably won't see it within an hour, so you might as well get one. One of the big things about video games right now is that the market has already increased. The market share and anything else like that, as far as like how video games work, they're literally increasing the value of all these things, just because of the demand, because there's not much of them at all. But they can keep that artificial demand going if they under manufacture, and which is, in my case, probably a good idea if you want to make money. Because when the PS2 sold out when it launched, I mean, people were selling that thing for like $800, way back in the day. So it's always the same thing. Anytime there's a new console thing, it's just gonna be like that. And the games themselves are now worth $70. So it's like, I mean, yeah, and I don't see the games increasing in value unless they're never gonna make like if you get like a collector's edition or whatever, maybe that'll get you some money. But I mean, the console's where it's at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want one right now. They're just like, there's no point. In my opinion, there's no point in having it. Not right now.
King Brachion in the chat.
I agree.
Oh, I'm sorry. King Brachion in the chat. Imagine a HasLab G.I. Joe classified his tank. That would be sick. That would be super sick.
That's Jesse P.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. That would be dope. I would love that. I would. I would throw money at that.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. I agree with you, man. There's no reason to get a PS5 or an Xbox One right now.
No.
Wait, what is it called? The Xbox One Series X?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, yeah, do I want to play Demon Souls? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Every fiber of my being, but I can wait.
And the game will always be there. That's the other thing too. It's like, we've got digital download. It's not going to change the way everything works, If you can't find a game in stores, you can just download it now. I mean, you didn't even have to get off the couch. So,
It's just convenient.
It is convenient.
But, speaking of games, I'm glad we're talking about video games right now. Let's address the big elephant in the room right now in the gaming community. You all don't have it. Cyberpunk 2077.
Stop while you're ahead.
I'm gonna talk about this right now, really quick. I'm not gonna talk about my character trait, so relax. But I am gonna mention, like, I have it on PS4, and like I can vouch, like, there's a lot of criticism about the game, like, oh, it's buggy, glitchy, and everything, and it is true. Like, like I even live streamed it briefly yesterday, and it did look rough at times, like their faces didn't form at when it's supposed to, and like it's rough, but like honestly, it's such a fun game. It's so amazing. Like, they put so much effort into this game where like there's so much like little things you can pick up where it's just like lore. Like, you don't even have to pick it up, but you pick it up and it's like a story about this object and everything. Like, there's so much to do, and like I think it's like really crappy that a lot of people are like crapping on the game just for looks alone, whereas like playability, it's fantastic. Like, I can't stress like how great this game is, and like I don't like, yeah, it's a little buggy, but I'm there to play the game, not to like it's all about looks. As cliche as that sounds, it's all about looks, and it's a fun game. So like, if you all want to, go for it. It's a great game. But how do you all feel about that? Like, from what you've heard.
I've seen a lot of people play it on like Twitch and YouTube, and it's like the meat is there and everything else is there. My big thing about CD Projekt Red games, I guess we can go back to like The Witcher, is that The Witcher, and it's a stupid reason that I haven't bought the game yet. I wanted to be third person. Like, And it doesn't, but it doesn't work because you have to be able to aim and shoot the guns and stuff like that. Um, it looks awesome. I really want to get into it when I have some extra cash. I'm waiting for a sale, to be honest with you, and I'll
I'm
probably
Okay,
definitely
that's fair.
invest. Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I'm happy that I have a PC that can actually finally run stuff like this.
there you go.
So I'm just gonna wait for a sale. I want to play it. I haven't like. I'm not gonna say I'm excited for it. I haven't got excited for a AAA game in a while.
All right.
Like no offense to AAA games or anything like that, but only a niche, I guess, niche genre of games really interests me. It's a lot of single player stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I can like spend time playing, just when I want to unwind. Not big on multiplayer games. Some are fun. Diablo's okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
It is pay as
Diablos.
well, guys.
Yeah, but yeah, like I read an article yesterday. All the employees were gonna get their bonus anyway.
yeah,
Good.
yeah,
I read about that too. Yeah, like they
I
couldn't
had
get bonuses if they had like
a 90% or
there's no
more
like
average.
score. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
which is a
did not
shitty
know that.
practice. But
Yes, that's a horrible kind of well, yeah, practice. That's hey, if this game doesn't do as well as we are paying you to make it, you're not gonna get a bonus this year. That's
which
horrible.
yeah, it's bullshit. And I mean, they part sweat and blood and bone and everything else into that game. But the other thing too is that, I mean, I guess if you want to look at it like there's like I'll kind of be like devil's advocate here. People that buy Cyberpunk 6 months from now are gonna have a completely different game than what they had at launch. It's gonna be so smoothed out. There's gonna be very little bugs. It's gonna work great. Um, I'm jealous of those people, because if you buy it like right off the bat, I mean, you're gonna have some issues. Every big game does. It doesn't matter what it is, but like after a while, it starts to smooth out, and the processes and everything else, like they just kind of coalesce a little easier. You have less bugs, you have less scripting errors, you have less graphic errors, and you have less crashing. Hopefully, that's the way that I think it's gonna work out with this game. 6 months from now, it'll be like a near perfect game. It's awesome now, and it's gonna be even awesome in 6 months. Two years from now, even it'll be great.
yeah,
Okay,
man,
I mean,
it's so fun.
I'm excited to try it. I honestly am.
Yeah, and kind of would like piggybacking off what Trey said. Like as far as AAA games though, this year I only bought two. I bought Doom Eternal, and then I bought Animal Crossing. And that was it. I
I
didn't.
got those games too.
Yeah.
Animal
haven't finished
Crossing
Doom
came out at the end of
Eternal,
last year too.
The what now?
Animal Crossing came out at the end of last year.
No, it came out this year.
No, it came out in.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's
you're right.
right,
You're
he's
right.
right.
We haven't gone through the holiday season in the
Right.
game.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Damn.
They came. Doom and Animal Crossing came out on the same day, and those are the last games I actually spent money on, because I've had. I keep going back to like Gungeon, and there you go. Oh, Paper Mario, and that one's really good
That's
too.
a fun game, dude. That's like
Yeah,
a really funny game.
It's great. It's great. I've been watching my brother. Well, when my brother was playing it, I was watching him. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a sick game.
Almost to the point where it's some of the things they say are kind of cringy, but it's hilarious.
Well, like no, the writing is like, I think that might be one of the best written games this year. Like dialogue wise and story wise, that Mario game is like really up there.
Yeah, and I think they kind of they take everything tongue in cheek in that game, to where it's like the point where it's like, okay, yeah, we know we're a video game. Like, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
let's roll with it. And I mean, yeah, it's one of the funniest games I've seen. I saw a lot of playthroughs of it too, and I was like, damn, like I should really buy this. Like, it's a really awesome game, but haven't done it yet.
Somebody would say it's a better narrative than Last of Us 2, which is a controversial statement in itself. Just saying.
Well, definitely didn't deserve Game of the Year in my opinion. I'm just saying. So, but anyway,
Okay. All right, then. Well, then, question: your guys' top game of the year?
uh,
I said, man, I could talk about 2077 for like a long time. hands down my favorite game of the year.
My game of the year isn't even the game that came out this year. It's Hades.
Same.
Yeah.
I can't put it down, man.
Yeah, it's super addictive. I've put in way more time. Well, I put in about equal time between Hades and Modern Warfare. And yeah, I mean, definitely my top game is Hades though. Like single player wise, I mean, I can play Modern Warfare because like I love like not really like I'm like a Call of Duty guy. I skip a ton of them and I only pick and choose like which one. But this is the first game I actually want to play again for like another year and see what happens next. But Hades for sure, yeah. That's I mean they just released everything on I think they just released it on consoles this year, and it's like the final build of it or whatever. Yeah, Hades, 100%. Real into it.
I haven't played it yet, but I showed it to Amanda, like a screen cap of like the art for it, and she was just like, "Oh, who's this hot guy?" And I was just like, "I mean, it's a drawing, but okay."
And then you're like, "Yeah, never mind. We're not buying it. Forget it. Forget it. We're not spending any money on that."
She could literally just go to my Switch and just buy it by herself. It's on Switch, right?
Yeah, it's on Switch.
Dude,
yeah.
I love that I can play it on my Switch. I'm planning on doing it after the stream.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember last year, like, you know, she was just like, "Hey, can I buy something on the Switch?" I was like, "Yeah, as long as it's not that stupid ass Goose Game." And then like she showed me a screen cap and it was a Goose Game. I take my card off the Switch, man. I have to.
Yeah, like yeah, no more credit card on there.
I'm trying to think of anything else that I played this year.
Hades really had my attention for a long time. I played a little bit of Rogue Company on the PC. We played a little bit of Fortnite. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that, people.
What about Among Us, guys? Did y'all play Among Us?
I did not play.
Orange just sucks.
I've played 2 games of Among Us and I won both of them, so I just never played again. If that makes any sense.
I haven't played.
Yeah.
I've been invited to play, but I just don't feel like arguing with a bunch of people. Plus, I'm decent at lying. I know it sounds shitty to say or whatever, but like
you got a good poker face. You can just say that.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, yeah.
Oh, Yeah, you know what? I didn't buy it.
It's super fun.
It's super fun, but I just didn't get into it.
I've never got the crown. I've made it to the last thing like several times, and I never get the damn crown. It pisses me off.
You always miss the jump for it.
I've gotten the crown once, and I wasn't expecting to, and I had never been able to get it since.
Yeah, dude, I can't. That is a fun game. It's so nerve wracking. Your heart's like beating so fast, like trying to be like, "Oh, I gotta beat everyone." So
and see, that's what I liked. It actually got like a visceral response out of you.
Yeah, like it's like I mean, and yeah, that's 100% true because it's like it's the most nerve-wracking thing to play whenever you're playing, but like I can play like Dark Souls 3 and be like, oh, I'm okay, like oh I died, like that's normal.
Yeah.
And Fall Guys, it's like oh shit, oh god. Like
that's exactly right.
And I'm never like that. Like, you know, I'm like that when I stream sometimes, but it's like when you play Fall Guys, it's like completely different. I hate the little things that go around and just like knock you out. I've probably failed the first course like 150 times with like not even that much. I mean, I only played it like one day, and yeah, I mean, it, like that. I'm just not very good at Fall Guys. But
okay.
It is a fun
so yeah, I guess what I was getting at with the whole game of the year thing is I feel like there was something a little lacking this year.
I mean,
there's a global pandemic, so I just like.
I mean, we got
trying to make games at home. So that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know,
Oh, that's right, and I still haven't played it, and my brother like hates me for it.
Yeah, and I haven't played it either. I mean, like, I'm not big on Final Fantasy VII again. I mean, we've talked about this like 100 times. You know, 8 is better.
Every time you say it, Pete.
Hot topic, man.
Yeah. So I mean, you know. I mean, Doom came out. It wasn't that it was lacking. It was, and it's honestly one of my favorite games too. But like, I don't think gaming is lacking this year because we did have. I mean, we've had good games. I think it's just been more of like, um, do you have the time to play them? Do you have the energy to play them? Do you have, the time and focus to put? The games are so large now, literally and figuratively, where you have to dedicate so much time to play them and beat them. And I think that's the lacking part of it. You can't just get in there and just have like a casual playthrough of something. You have to be like, oh, I'm 100% dedicated to this game for 4 weeks. And
Yeah, and I think that's why Hades is so appealing to me. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go play Hades for 20 minutes and then come back.
yeah, and I mean, your run could be really good. It could be interesting, and you get like interesting mods and stuff like that. The roguelike games are really good. I keep going back to Gungeon. I've put in 111 hours in that game.
I love that game.
Yeah, and I think I've done probably about 50 hours this year, like just playing it. But I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's one of them where it's like, oh, I can be super casual, or I can be a super tryhard and try to beat the game. But I mean, I don't know. I think games right now, it's like they just demand too much attention to what I actually have.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. Since we're at topic of video games or whatever, where's your guys' opinions on the Game Awards?
I didn't see it.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't.
My brother had it on the TV in the living room. I went over there, watched the Smash trailer, saw the Capcom arcade thing that they're putting out in the Ghouls and Ghosts reboot.
That's pretty cool.
Whatever. Or Ghosts and Goblins, excuse me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like that's. Other than that, man, it was a bunch of shit. That was more commercials for games that were already out than what was coming.
Yeah, and
like it didn't really make me hype for anything, to be honest.
I mean, I'm pretty hyped for Back for Blood, but
well, yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, actually, Back for Blood and the Dead Space guys game.
Yeah, which apparently is set in the PUBG universe also for some reason.
What?
Yeah, apparently it is. Yeah. What? I don't know.
Oh my god. These crossovers are getting out of control.
Yeah,
you got Kratos in Fortnite. Then you got Master Chief in Fortnite. What's next? Glover in Fortnite?
Oh. No. You gotta have Booger Man, and then you gotta have oh man, who's the stupid Jackrabbit from the Sega game? You know what I'm talking about. You gotta have. You gotta put
obscure ass character.
Yeah, you gotta put him in Fortnite. There you go. I think the real thing is, guys, Fortnite is game of the year. Absolutely.
I say it might be
the 10th
Blood Gulch.
Yeah, for the 10th year in a row, Fortnite is game of the year.
Hey, look, everybody's gonna hate on Fortnite just like everybody hated on Minecraft.
True. Yeah.
But guess where the hell Steve's at now?
Microsoft.
He's beating ass in Smash Brothers.
There you go. That's true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
when the announcement first happened for Steve or whatever, I was like, okay, whatever. And then I kind of thought about it, and I read somebody's opinion. That look, Minecraft has been around since like we were in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a decade now. So.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So,
Steve deserves it.
Yeah, he's an iconic character, and that's who's in Smash. Sephiroth?
I was like, okay, I guess. Whatever. Like, oh, another sword user? Sure. Yeah. When are they gonna bring back Nintendo characters in these things? I mean, we had the girl from ARMS, and who else?
I think they fucking ran out, Pete.
Nintendo characters?
Like, for real, they're never gonna put in Waluigi.
Yeah, I know. That's like, they'll never put in.
I got mad when we said that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that like, okay, if they do like a huge swerve, like, oh yeah, these are all our characters we're gonna put in, and then like Waluigi's like the last one, and I'd be like, oh shit,
I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I'm boycott Nintendo. I'm kidding, Nintendo. I'd never boycott you.
Absolutely not. Well, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
I mean, we should do this again, though.
Yeah, legit.
I know this was like a whole special, like, end of the year thing.
Yeah.
Which, there's plenty more that we could have covered. We could have talked about.
Maybe we could set up another thing, because like we could still like talk about like Pete suggested this. I wasn't comfortable about it because I haven't. He wanted to bring up like favorite films of the year. I'm not cool with talking about that yet because I haven't. I'm trying to catch up on watching like films from this year. Because despite like there not being releases, there's a lot of good like indie crap. So I'm not really cool about talking about that just yet.
I only saw Sonic and Scoob, guys.
Shows.
That's it. Sonic and Scoob. That's the only two new movies I think I saw this year.
And Sonic was delightful.
And Sonic was awesome. It was great.
Sonic is probably my favorite video game movie since Mortal Kombat, to be honest.
Nah, I mean Doom is still way up there, so you know.
What? Get out of here! The call's over, dude.
That movie sucks so bad.
The Rock turned into a monster, dude. If that would have happened in real life, everybody would have died.
Well, I'll have to tell you a story about Andy and a Brock Lesnar dream that he had, and then
don't do it.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we can still talk about the whole trading card game scene and stuff.
Yeah.
Films, I can't really add because I'm not a movie guy.
What about like TV shows? What have you been watching?
Not a
We talk about
thing.
that.
I've only been watching
Mandalorian.
I still haven't seen Mandalorian. I haven't seen A Haunting at Bly Manor.
Not even the hit anime series Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh my god, no.
Pete, we done?
No?
We're done. We're done.
Show.
All right.
Show.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for your kind comments below. And I guess leave a comment on this if you want us to do this again. This would be
Yeah. If you guys have any
suggestions,
I guess suggestions for stuff that we can talk about, things that you want us to talk about, maybe we can have a whole little section where we can talk to y'all about it.
Yeah. And you know, we'll take your questions and put them up on the screen. Just be like, hey, here you go. Like, here's a question for you. But yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in for this. This is really fun. It's always good talking to you guys, of course. Should I do the YouTube thing? Please hit subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notification bell right here on the bottom. If you want more content from the Too Good Con universe.
That was pretty good.
That's why I laughed.
Because when I do it in my videos, it's really bad, and I've done it several times, and I can actually fix it in post. But you just did it seamlessly live on air. So.
Guys, I'm in the car listening to music, and I'm just like, I'm gonna do this, and then like I practice, so you know, second nature. Anyway,
okay.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Again, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Trey Pew Pew. Again, twitch.tv/Trey Pew Pew. You can catch Sandra over here on the Too Good Con universe as well. With this thing we're doing this year, we're ending. I guess in the series coming up. So, and then I'll eventually get back to reviewing figures. The last one I did was the Baroness, but I mean I've got so many accumulated over here that I just need to get into them. So, got to get back in on that. And
once we get the Toka and once I get the Toka and Razor and stuff, I'm planning on
we're gonna
come over to Pete. And we can do an unboxing there and stuff and a little review.
Yeah, we'll unbox them. Sounds good.
Alrighty, guys.
All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Take care. Stay healthy.